Today I wanted to show you how to do a dry manicure or dry cuticle removal. So I'm going to be using this tool that I showed you. I used it, I don't know, a couple months ago, and I asked for your opinions. And many of you said that it would be too sharp. And then some people were very interested. So I want to show you how I use it on myself, because it's a little bit different when you're using on somebody else. I'm going to do a close-up. So this is quite sharp. I'm going to use both sides of this tool. Both sides are pretty sharp. I mean, they're sharp, but they're not like you're not gonna, by touching it, you're not gonna cut yourself. By the way, I got 10 pieces. So if you're interested, we can definitely sell them. And I put them in these nice little pouches because as you know, they're sharp. So you don't want to hurt yourself. So 10 of them are available in our online store. And we'll see, based on your feedback, I'm going to decide if I'm going to carry it or not. Okay, so with this, I'm going to nudge the skin fold back. Now this has to be done very gently. And I'm going to go a little bit more parallel than I would with the stick. So with the stick, I go this way, right? Stick is very easy, and you can still use the stick. Stick is fantastic. So I'm gonna nudge the skin fold, and this is done very, very gently. All right. With this, if you don't have a lot of experience, then just use the stick for now. Just gently nudge it. You see, I'm not like shoving this under the skin fold. I'm not separating anything. I'm just nudging it back so it sits nicely around the nail. And if your skin fold or the skin around the nails is very stretched and stuck, just take it slowly, gently. And eventually it will, when the skin is cared for, it's going to bounce back and it's going to look pretty, but it takes time. But be gentle. So the reason why we remove cuticle is when you polish your nails, you want to make sure that the surface of the nail is nice and clean. And the cuticle is in between the skin fold that I'm just nudging back. You can see it on this nail a little bit more. See this little white skin cells? So that's cuticle. That's basically what glues the skin fold and the nail. So we don't want to go under the skin fold. We just want to go up to the skin fold and just remove it so you can put the nail polish up nice and close without flooding the skin. And that way too, the polish is going to last longer because you're not putting it on the skin cells. So when you take care of your nails, when you use some sort of exfoliants like I do, the cuticle is barely visible. So yes, some people were saying, well, what's the point of removing it if you don't see it? Unless you are polishing your nails, it really is not necessary. You can just nudge the skin fold back and that's it. But I'm going to polish my nails the usual with the clear polish. So I'm going to remove cuticle. Now I do this once a week, so there's not going to be a lot of cuticle. So that white stuff that's coming off is a cuticle. Now it is difficult for me to explain. How do I know? It's just you get the feel for it. Because yes, if you do this too aggressively, you are going to scrape your nail. By the way, I was doing my nails the other day, actually it was last week. I came here to the office and I realized that I don't have my glasses. So I was doing this with my like weaker reading glasses. They're a little bit too weak now. So it was very difficult. And I'm like, my God, I have to talk about it, because if you can't see very, very well what you're doing, it's confusing. So now I understand when people say, you know what, I can't see what I'm doing. I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. Well, if you don't see properly, if you don't see very well, then yes, it's confusing. And with my reading glasses, the ones that I was using, I can see. So it's not that it's blurry, but it's not as sharp as it is with these glasses. So I recommend you get yourself, if you need glasses, you get yourself a pair of stronger glasses for this type of work, because this you really have to see what you're doing. Some people are saying that the magnifying lamps they have very good luck with, so that's something to consider as well. So now the benefit of doing it this way, this is really an advanced technique. I don't recommend this absolutely if your nails are not in shape. So if the skin is stretched or if the skin is hard or just not in a good place, then I don't recommend doing this. I just recommend making sure that the skin is healthy. Actually, in that case, I recommend not removing cuticle, not even bothering really, and just making sure the skin is nice and healthy first. And then once the skin is healthy, then you can start removing the cuticle. Also, because this is, like I said, an advanced technique. The one with the cuticle remover is much easier, but the thing is, the cuticle remover itself, so there was no perfect method. I wish there was something that I could say, okay, do this, and this is going to work for everyone. Unfortunately, that's just not the case. So the cuticle remover, by design, it breaks down things. So it breaks down skin, right? It's very alkaline and it breaks down skin. So you should be really applying it on the cuticle, not on the skin around the nails. But it does get on the skin, right? And it can irritate the skin a little bit, which can make it look dry. So when that skin is just not in a good shape, then the cuticle remover can be irritating as well. So it's very important to get the skin in good shape first, nice and healthy, good looking, and then start with the cuticle removal. So now this, I'm going to show you how I hold it. So I usually hold it, okay, now this is super important. You see how I'm holding this? I'm holding this very close, so I have control. And the pinky. I'm not stabbing myself, like I'm not working in the air like this, because you can stab yourself. I'm working very parallel. Can you see how the blade is like this? It's not like this. It's like this. And the pinky, this takes practice. It really does. I know when people are starting, they kind of forget about the pinky, but once you get used to this, the pinky is just, you put your hand down, the pinky is just like when you're writing. Think about it, no? Yeah, when you're writing, you kind of support your hand like that as well. With this one, it's more difficult. I guess you could, but I haven't learned it that way yet. So what I do, I support my hand with this finger, I guess. And I'm very close to the blade. And I just try to get a good angle so I can see what I'm doing. You know, less is more. So if you are wondering if you've removed enough, just leave it, polish your nails, see how it looks. And if it looks good, that means that you have removed enough. This method might not be the best for very ridged nails. Although I have to say, often the ridges are not as pronounced around this area, they get more pronounced over this area. So sometimes people that have these ridges, they can still use this method. So as you notice, I'm trying to go from the middle down. And the reason why I'm doing this is because sometimes when you're going up like this, you can catch the skin and tear it a little bit. So I recommend doing this. Hope you can see what I'm doing. So I'm holding the blade against the nail and I'm just guiding it. And work slowly. These little brushes are fantastic. And yes, it's going to look weird and it's going to look like you want to cut something, but trust me, you don't want to. And I'm going to show you why later. See this, how I'm holding? I'm not doing this, because this would be much more difficult. You don't have as much control. So again, I want to be very honest. This is not a better way of removing cuticle. It's just a different way, and it depends. Everyone is different, and everyone's nails are different. Some people just like using the dry tool. So maybe I could provide it. This tool is made in Germany. It's a very high quality tool. So now there are, I mean, so many different tools that look just like this one. But trust me, they're not all the same. I know that they can look the same, but it's different. They are sometimes made of different materials. They are made sometimes not very consistently, so some can be very sharp, some can be very dull, or the surface might not be as even. So it makes a difference who makes it and how they're made, and the quality matters. Now, I really want to, again, remind everyone not to try to push back the cuticle, right? Because we are nudging the skin back, not pushing it, nudging it. So if you go now and like scrape this all up, then how are you going to remove it? So I recommend nudging the skin back and then cleaning up that area either with a cuticle remover or dry, as you can see here. So the goal here is to have nice and clean nail plate. And you know what, guys, don't worry too much. This always is a little messy looking. Don't worry too much about all this skin, because right now I removed the polish with acetone, so it's a little dry. The thing is, dry skin needs to be protected, it needs to be cared for, and the skin around the nails does get dry. So cutting it is not fixing anything. It actually, well, it's an instant gratification, basically. So it just looks good for a day. And then what happens? Your body recognizes the trauma and hardens that skin. So it gets worse. So then you caught in this loop of cutting the skin hardening up, or irritating the skin, so the skin gets dry looking, but really it's irritated. And then yeah, you keep cutting, it becomes like a scab, and it just gets worse and worse and worse. All right, now I know this is not a part of the dry cuticle removal, but when you have some hard skin that really bothers you, because if it doesn't bother you, don't worry about it. You can actually go with the file. This is what I'm using. Just go and smooth this a little bit. And again, it still looks dry, perfectly fine. I just wiped the hands with acetone. Sorry, the nails. It's just to catch these hard pieces, which normally I would pick at, because I'm a picker. So just gently, it's smoother. Okay, good. Okay. This nail of mine, finger, whatever, always looks kind of weird, but you know why? Because as a child, when I was growing up, we didn't have computers, so everything had to be written down, you know, by hand. And now I still work with e-file, right? So I still put a lot of pressure, and I hold it very lightly, but still it puts pressure, right, on this area. So this is why it's so weird looking. And even when polishing nails, think about it, right? You are holding it. Well, I'm holding it this way, using this finger. So this is why this is just the way it is. Okay, so now I'm going to polish the nails with clear nail polish, apply some oil, and I'm going to show you how this looks. Please don't stop watching because you're going to be surprised in a second, okay? Okay, so the polish is dry now. This one doesn't dry as fast as some other ones. And this is how you, no, honestly, this is how you correct dry skin, by applying moisturizers and oils, emollients. This is what you do. So after a manicure, I use 1 drop per nail. And other than that, I really don't. It's too much oil normally, but I just wipe my hands with acetone, you know, it's nice to have a little bit more oil. So this is just sunflower oil mixed with a little bit of squalene. It's very light. I know it doesn't look like it, but it's very light. It's very good for skin barrier. Cutting dry skin. Think about it. When you have dry skin on your face, what do? Do you take a file and you file it? Do you cut it? No. You moisturize it. And some people make a comments, they're like, oh, once you wash your hands, the dry skin is going to be there again. Yes, this is how it works. You have to moisturize after hand washing. It's just like after you wash your face, you have to moisturize if you have dry skin. I have to say my skin is really good. Partially probably because we live in a very humid climate, even in the winter. It's very humid here, so it for sure helps. So even though I sometimes wash my hands and I don't apply oil, my skin is not dry, but you see? So sometimes really trying to be too perfect when you're doing the manicure is not necessary. Look how good the skin looks. It looks fantastic. Very natural. We are meant to have the skin fold intact around the nails. Look at that, right? And I'm going to turn the light off because with the bright light, it's sometimes not very realistic. Nobody looks at your nails under bright light with magnifying glass. So this is how the nails are looking. It's fine. It's good, right? There you go. And by the way, after hand washing, I either use the salve, just like this. Okay. This salve it's really, really good because it's very light. It doesn't feel greasy on the hands. It absorbs right away. So I highly recommend it. But if you don't have the salve, don't worry. Just use 1 drop, like this. 1 drop of oil, okay? Dab. And you can use different oils. You can use sunflower is very good. Jojoba obviously is very good. Sweet almond oil is very good. Grapeseed is amazing. Grapeseed is actually very light, has a lot of antioxidants. It's fantastic. Avocado oil is very good, but not on its own. Avocado is quite heavy, so you might want to use, for example, grapeseed and avocado. By the way, that's the OPI oil mixture of other things as well, but it has grapeseed and avocado, so that is very good as well. And do that after each hand wash, and do that consistently for a while, at least a month, and you'll see how your skin improves. Let me know what you think in the comment section, okay? If you have any questions, I'll be very happy to answer them. Bye.